Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited. Airline pilot charged with fraud. Gary Airshow stays grounded. And leadership changes at the Bob Hoover Legacy Foundation. Welcome to your Wednesday edition of Airborne Unlimited. I'm your host, Sophie Herlock. Our top story of the day, a South African Airways pilot is being charged with fraud. Last week, SAA questioned William Chandler after questionable maneuvers the pilot made when encountering turbulence over the Swiss Alps. After an investigation, the airline found he had forged documents, and he did not hold the airline transport pilot license required for the position. Chandler managed to avoid promotions to captain and remained first officer to stay under the radar for the last 20 years. South African Airways is demanding criminal prosecution and recovery of monies paid to him for his work. After the break, another heroic WASP has gone west as we take you around the patch.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Concorde's recombinant gas RG series sealed battery technology produces a high-performance battery with the advantages of being pre-tested and fully charged at the factory. Find out more about Concorde's entire line of batteries at www.concordebattery.com. Concorde, the heart of your aircraft.
Based on the popular Sling II LSA, the Sling IV was designed to be the most practical and desirable lightweight four-place experimental aircraft on the market. Find out more about this 115 horsepower turbocharged airplane at airplanefactory.com.
Welcome back. If you have a story suggestion for any of our video programs, website, or podcast, just email to news-spy@aero-news.net. With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we bring you Around the Patch. Another one of the heroic WASPs has gone west. Kay Gunderson has passed away at age 103. She joined the Women Air Force Service Pilots in 1943 and flew a variety of missions, including towing targets for machine gun practice at Eagle Pass. Her plane even took one round through the tail, but she was able to land safely. Gunderson received a Congressional Gold Medal back in 2010. NASA has selected a new mission that will help scientists forecast the vast space weather system around the Earth. The new experiment will obtain global observations of space weather in a dynamic region of Earth's upper atmosphere that can cause interference with radio and GPS communications. The 42 million atmospheric waves experiment mission is planned to launch in August 2020. Two fully assembled HH-60W combat rescue helicopters are preparing for their maiden flights, which will occur before mid-year at the Sikorsky West Palm Beach site in Florida. Both aircraft, being built for the Air Force, were transported late last year to Florida, following the final assembly at the Sikorsky facility in Connecticut. The aircraft test readiness review was completed in October of 2018. Aero-News Network is pleased to bring you the second part of drone expert KC Sealock DJI Mavic Pro drone review. For a more in-depth look at the functionality behind this drone platform, please check out our YouTube channel. That wraps up today's trip around the patch. When we return, leadership changes at the Bob Hoover Legacy Foundation and Gary Airshow stays grounded.
Build and flying with the most exciting line of kit aircraft on the market, the Sonex Aircraft B models. The B models offer more room and comfort, more fuel, more panel space, more engine choices, and the same great Sonex Aircraft flight characteristics. Learn more at sonexaircraft.com.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
Air shows are one of the most important ways the aviation world is able to communicate its messages. Unfortunately, in Gary, Indiana, their air show has been grounded for the 3rd year in a row. The 3-day Gary Air Show was a major event, drawing in as many as 600,000 attendees. It featured major acts including the Golden Knights, USAF Thunderbirds, and big-name aerobatic performers. The organizers had hoped to bring back the show but have been unable to find the funding. But they're not giving up entirely. Gary is planning a smaller event this summer with civilian performers. The mayor of Gary said they have made the decision to not host the larger event this year. And they're taking steps towards securing sponsors of the city's signature event in 2020 and 2021. And we bring you the announcement of leadership upgrades for the Bob Hoover Legacy Foundation. The Bob Hoover Legacy Foundation has appointed an executive director to handle the growing mission entrusted to it by the late Robert A. Bob Hoover. In concert with the foundation's board members, Aero-News director Jim Campbell is now serving as the foundation's executive director. Campbell was both a friend and an associate of Bob Hoover. Foundation president Tracy Forrest said, "Bob may be gone, but his vision for the future has left a powerful gift and a responsibility that we willingly undertake in his memory." In addition to the work of the foundation, Campbell's upcoming book, Friends of Bob, will chronicle the best stories of Bob's life from the ones who knew him best. The Bob Hoover Legacy Foundation is a nonprofit organization. Back in 2016, Hoover formed the foundation to carry on his lifelong dedication to aviation and to inspire future generations. That wraps up our show for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you back on Friday for more Airborne Unlimited.